everyone, it's your professional organizer Mariah, and we're back with another video on how to bring more shalom into your home. On today's segment, we're going to be talking about how to organize for lactation. Part of a tip that I had given was to make sure that you had a lactation plan. So a part of that lactation plan is knowing how you are going to express your milk. Are you going to express the milk via nursing directly from the baby, a pump? Who are you going to be needing to assist you in terms of, is it going to be a midwife? Is it going to be a doula, a lactation consultant, your mom, whoever, you have to really write that down and figure out what are your options and what do I do. It takes a lot of your time. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of effort. It is not impossible, but having a plan and knowing the people who are going to be there to support you is really going to make the difference when it comes to how successful you are during that time. And there's a whole bunch about exclusive pumping that is my thing, that is my jam. But knowing what your lactation plan is and getting that in order prior to the birth is extremely important. My next tip is to find the right pump or pumps. So there are different breast pumps out there, the high name brands and then the ones that aren't really name brands, but still very effective. It's definitely important that you either have your OBGYN or your midwife measure the size that you are, so you're able to get the flange that fits properly for your breast. That is extremely important when expressing milk, is that you're getting the right flange size. Because if not, it's going to be either very excruciating and you're not going to get any milk out of those things, and it's going to be a complete fail if you do not figure out what size flange that you need. So when you're past that point, you figure out the flange, and remember that your flange size can change throughout your lactation journey. So what you may start out a certain size, you might not be that same size 6-8 months down the road. Okay, things change. So make sure you're aware of that. If you feel like, oh, well, there's not a lot of milk coming out, I don't know why. Could possibly be one, your pump, depending on what kind of pump you have. It could be a specific part of your pump needs to be changed, because you should be changing your pump pieces at least 3 months, I believe. But knowing that it could be that your flange size has changed, therefore you need to figure out again what your flange size is. And I'll leave a little picture up here of measurement ruler for figuring out what size, and hey, you can buy one offline if you don't have a midwife or a doula or OBGYN that you can see at the moment. You can just get one of these and make your own measurement. So with that being said, there's so many pumps, so many flanges, so many brands. Please do your research. Reviews, all those things are extremely important. If you're into traveling and you're like, I really want to go traveling with my baby, make sure that you get a portable pump. Or you want to be around the house doing work as you're pumping, mopping, whatever, get a portable pump, something that goes inside your bra. If you're going to go that route and get something that goes inside your bra, you might want to get a larger bra size, because typically those things look like craters and you need this space. So if move a size up, a cup up when it comes to the insert pumps, and that way you can still feel comfortable as you are pumping while you're doing miscellaneous stuff around the house. So figure out what pump works best. I have a couple of tips, pumping tips, that I'll do in another video, because like I said, this is extensive information that I have, and I'm trying to do this in a nutshell. So bear with me. But yes, they have electric pumps that portable, manual pumps that you actually have to move your hand to express the milk from the pump. There's, like I said, there's a whole lot. There's these things called hakas, which I actually not too long ago seen a video that it's supposed to help express more milk. So you need to be very mindful of how you use it, because I've seen that a lot of people have been using it. They've been misusing it. So you need to make sure that you do your research, and I'll see if I can find that video and link it with this one, just so that you have a little bit more information and a good idea of what I'm talking about, people misusing what the haka is actually there for. Because if you misuse it, you can actually start overproducing milk to the point where, you know, all these things, mastitis, milk blebs and stuff starts forming and developing. So please, like I said, this is just educational resources that I'm giving you. Please consult a lactation specialist or your midwife or OBGYN before making any type of decisions that you feel unsure about. But like always, do your own research. That is going to help you the most in this journey. So there is this company called Aeroflow. I believe, if I said it wrong, I'm still going to link the website in the video, but also in the description. You can get your pump through your insurance. So if you do have your insurance, all you have to do is type in your information. It will ask for a healthcare provider, so either a doctor, a nurse, a midwife, and they will pretty much have to write you a prescription to get the pump. And that way you can either get your pump for $0 or a very small fee. So please look into that if pumping is something that you would like to do during that time. And hey, you never know, that might be your thing. You might really like it. So having a discount for those pumps, because sometimes those pumps can be a little expensive on the costly side. So if that is something that you are into, I will definitely put the link below and get you a pump. So my next tip is to make a pumping schedule. Now, these are for my mamas who are not only breastfeeding via child to breast, but also pumping and getting that milk out. And by golly, it's a lot of work. You're basically acting like the pump is the baby. You got to get that milk out. So having a pumping schedule, especially if you're going back to work or just in general with life, like pumping will take over your life if you let it. So you really need to make sure that you have a schedule. You have times when you are pumping, how long you're going to be pumping for. And mind you, you have to hook up that pump like it's a semi-automatic, baby. I mean, you really have to, get a pump that has attachments to it. That's what it does. It comes with attachments, and they have pumps now that they might only have like 3 attachments or, a few, which is great because then you don't have to wash a whole bunch of stuff, and it's great when you only have a few pieces. So make sure that you have a pumping schedule. The pumping schedule includes, how you're going to wash your pumps and your bottles and sterilize them. When it comes to scheduling in your calendar, when it is time to invest in new pumping supplies, like I said, and bottles every 3 months or so, So making sure that you're staying on top of that so that you don't get a breast infection, your baby doesn't get thrash, your baby's healthy, you're healthy. You know, you want to make sure that you're keeping your pumps nice, clean, and sanitized, and you're including that in your pumping schedule. Now, for me, it was pumping every 2 to 3 hours. And like I said, I'll have another video that goes a little bit more in depth in the exclusive pumping, because like I said, that's more of my realm. However, pumping schedule, we all know the golden hour at night. That's a very great time to pump. So especially in the beginning, getting that pump in. I know you're gonna be super tired, and if you have a spouse and they're like snoring, like laid back behind you, you know, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. So making sure you have your pumping station, you have your shows or your movies situated, because you're gonna need some type of entertainment going on, because you might just nod off and go to sleep. And I actually know of this website that they have great items for that specific thing if you're falling asleep or whatever the case is. And there are also pumps that automatically shut off after 30 minutes. So that's great, because if you do nod off and you go to sleep, the pump shuts off and you don't have to worry about waking up and things, your cup is spilling over. So make sure that you keep those things in mind when you are looking for a pump, that it automatically shuts off, that it has nice lighting and you know, different options, different settings to it to make that process comfortable for you during that. Have a pumping schedule. There's plenty of pumping schedules out there. If you would like to work with me, I am going to be putting up my website very soon, so I'll definitely make sure that I put a link to that, just in case there are moms out there who are looking for a breastfeeding peer support and someone to listen to, encouragement, someone to just make sure that they're staying on top of their pumping, and different ways that we can strategize and talk about resources that you can use during this time. All right, everyone, that wraps it up. Thank you again for watching. Please remember to subscribe to @Living Shalom on all platforms. And I want you to remember this one thing. If you're not living in Shalom, you're not living. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.